welcome to the 16th episode of the Running with Kelly podcast, where we talk about running, racing, and relationships. My name is Coach Kelly, and I'm an RRCA Level 2 certified running coach, and this is my injured coach update. Back in episode 14, I used the podcast to be like a personal therapy. I talked about my diagnosis of Achilles tendinopathy and what it's like being told you can't run for at least 6 weeks. I did listen back to the podcast, and I was like, wow, I was whining quite a bit. So this is my third week of recovery, and I'm in a little bit better headspace now. So I wanted to share a little bit about that with you and why I feel like I'm doing better. One is for sure, so we interviewed Sarah. I think it was episode 8. She was a runner who had been injured and not able to run for 10 months. And she ended up doing her physical therapy, but also added swimming and biking. And now she is running again. In fact, she got a PR at a 10K recently. She's done half marathons, and she's been decorated already, a decorated triathlete. She's even going to a national competition next September. So she's the beast when it comes to recovery. And she had recommended this book called Rebound. It's called Rebound, Train Your Mind to Bounce Back Stronger from Sports Injuries. And it's by Carrie Jackson Cheadle and Cindy Kuzma. And it's an excellent book. One of the things I learned in that book is that it's important to have structure to your day. So that's something that I'm pretty good about now. I've always been pretty good about it when I was in training for running. I would know when it's time to do my drills, my runs, what types of runs I'm doing on what day. It was structured. But when not running for a while, I was just kind of, I didn't know what I was doing. But giving some structure to the day has been very helpful. So I get up in the morning, get my coffee, sit in my chair, have my devotional time, and then I read the next chapter in this book, Rebound. And in it, there's exercises to do, so I'll think of mental exercises to do. And then I get my water, I do my physical therapy exercises. Some days I'll be going to Planet Fitness, and I'll ride the bike or do the circuit. Come back, have some more water, maybe a protein shake, do some stretching. So it's very structured. It's like it's training. It is training. So it helps with the mindset. I don't feel so much like I won't look out the window anymore, see a runner, and be like, oh, that should be me out there. I want to be running. I honestly am getting way better with that. Now I'll see a runner, I'll be like, good for them. Oh, they have a little bit of a gait issue, I can't help that. But I don't feel that, woe is me, I can't be running anymore. So that's good. Another helpful thing that I just started doing last week, I guess, was music. So I learned this from our friend Samantha Hansey. She joined us episode 13 when we talked about mental health, and she mentioned that listening to music that in the past was associated with a successful race or great workout, that if you listen to it, it can get your mind in that same headspace. So it's expecting that kind of success. So it kind of gets you expecting that and that you perform to that level. So now I'm going down, I'm doing my PT exercises, and they're nothing crazy, but I'll listen to the same music that I would listen to when I was in training mode for runs or getting ready for a speed workout or getting ready for a race and getting myself, that feeling of training. So I'm listening to it when I'm doing my PT exercises, and I get that same feeling. In fact, I actually, I felt almost that runner's high. I just felt invincible, and I'm going to be great. So it was just a really interesting thing, just adding the music and adding the shirts. So I'm wearing my Running with Kelly shirts, not because it says running on it, but because on the back it says stronger, fitter, faster. And I do think of that in my head as I'll go to the gym and ride the bike, and I am having the stronger, fitter, faster. That's kind of the mantra that I have in my head. So that's been helpful. physical therapy has been going great. I started out a couple of days in the week, and now I'm doing 1 day a week. And Jeff from Lattimore Physical Therapy on Portland Ave is fantastic. Um, he's funny. He's he's assigned me different exercises to do, and do this one 2 times a day, this one 3 times a day. And I said to him, I'm like, it takes me like 20 minutes to do everything, and so that's 3 times a day. That's an hour. I'm like, it's a lot, and I'm not missing anything. I'm sure you're not missing anything. Um, but he did say, truth be told, not everybody does every exercise, but I do. I said I will. I will. I believe I just lost my microphone, so hopefully you can still hear me. So anyway, he's got me doing eccentric heel drops, step downs, balance exercises, but he also is showing me and assigning me hip exercises, mobility, a lot of glute stuff, so that I can feel better prepared when I get back to running. And I think that's really, really important. I want to be a better runner when I'm done with all of this, and I feel like I will be. My butt, man. I feel like it's changing. I'm doing these glute things 3 times a day, and I'm telling you, after 3 weeks already, I can feel a difference. So I'm excited about that. As you can see, I'm smiling a little more. It's not so bad. I think my family doesn't mind so much. I'm not moping around. It is really important to engage your friends also. So last night, Alex and I went to the gym and we rode these new bikes they have. I don't even want to tell you really about them because I don't want that no one's ever using them. I've never seen anyone riding these bikes. But they're like racing style bikes with a screen on it. And so we thought we would try it. I thought the seat would kill my butt, but it wasn't bad. So we did 30 minutes and I got to pick. I rode some trails in Arizona, and it was beautiful. And it kept popping up different things about the area. And she's next to me and she's riding in the Badlands, and she's got different stuff. And we're talking as we're riding. And it was like we're going uphill and then it gets, there's more tension, and then you're going downhill and it's easier. And I don't know, it was just super cool. So I went back there this morning and I was riding around in Hawaii. I mean, I loved it. I had some music on. The Killers are good motivating music for me, and so I just thought that was really, really cool. So I'm just so happy that I can do something. It's not running. This is something I hated. I watched that podcast I did, and the bike is boring. And now I'm finding that it's not so boring. Maybe these people that call themselves cyclists really have something. So I'm just really lucky that I have this membership and can do it, and so that's exciting. So anyway, Track Friday was a huge success. I want to say huge success. 32 people came, which is great, because it was snowing in the morning and it was windy and freezing. And since I wasn't running, I had like a winter coat on and it was so cold. I still ended up doing 7 walking miles that morning. Greg Brooks killed it. He did 5 miles on the track, 20 laps with his walking poles. And I'm trying to think of others. Diana had done 41 laps. Carolyn had done 8 miles, I know she said. So anyway, all in, we had 399 laps when I counted them all up at the end when I got home. And so I called up my friend Alex. She's like, I'll go back to the track. She literally went back to the track to do 1 more lap to get us to 400 laps. So that was great. We raised over, I want to say about $300 for the Sunset House and collected a lot of supplies that they needed. So I dropped that off to the house on Monday. So that was super cool. So thanks for all of the support. I really appreciate it. Some of you have reached out and shared your recovery stories with me. I know I'm not the only one. And sometimes when you get into a situation that seems it's a struggle, it seems like you're the only one, and rarely are we the only one that's experienced something. And I know that. I know. And I also am quite well aware
how blessed I am that I'm healthy and can do so many other things. I got some news that a friend of mine has cancer. She was just diagnosed with cancer, and I went over to visit with her yesterday, and we had a great visit. And it wasn't all talk about cancer, but it was just just talking. I love to talk. We had a great time chatting, and it was just she's got her own recovery that she's going to be embarking on, and I'm sure some of these same techniques of adding music and imagery and um, treating it like training will be helpful for her. But it does put stuff in perspective. Achilles tendinopathy is not so bad. So I'm constantly checking and looking at all my blessings, and I'm also looking for other people that I can support with whatever they're dealing with. So all in all, I'm doing good, and I appreciate you, all of those listeners out there. I appreciate you, and I hope if you like this, you like it, subscribe, share it. Hopefully there's something here that might be helpful for you. Um, until then, I will keep you updated. I'm in week 3 of recovery, so I got who knows how long, but I'll pop back on here in a couple weeks and let you know how I'm doing. Hopefully I'm still feeling really positive. So thanks for listening, and happy rehab.